I understand that ICE agents are doing their job, only doing what they're asked to do. And they are removing these illegal aliens or illegal immigrants from the country and deporting them. Now, I know sometimes some folks are getting deported with green card statuses that are actually legally in the country under certain weird circumstances, but I get that. But I gotta be honest, my heart goes out to certain communities who are especially from the Black world that are not getting the same treatment as, let's say, white South Afrikaners, okay? And this is something I want to talk about because a lot of this stuff is racist. And I understand that we're going to have brothers on the hashtag FBA side and things like that. And we're going to have people who don't really have a heart for immigrants or Haitian immigrants. But in my case, Haiti is the one country that stood up against the colonizers, right? They beat France. They've been bullied and they've had to pay this price ever since. These people have had insurrections in their country. The white man has done everything to destabilize them. I have a heart for everybody in the Black world, right? It's the Haitian immigrants. We all know what Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton did to Haiti, okay? Destroying their farm crops so they couldn't grow their stuff and then selling American produce cheaper into Haiti than what somebody could produce. That was intentionally destabilizing them. And we all know what's going on right now. So many of those people had to leave, okay? They had to leave because of what is going on in the country, all right? 500,000 people came to the United States. Now, they came to the United States and they were given something called TPS, temporary protected status, all right? And that means that for 18 months, at least at that time, these individuals would be able to get work permits. They would be able to live here legally and earn, all right? Which I don't have any issue with because knowing what the United States did to Haiti, I think this is fair for their citizens. Unfortunately, Donald Trump has announced this.
We have some big news right now. The Trump administration is ending temporary protected status for more than 500,000 Haitians living in the United States of America, just days after the same administration said that Haiti was a country of serious unrest and essentially not safe to live in. Now the Trump administration's revoking temporary protected status that was granted to Haitians living in the United States, and he's doing it by September 2nd, so in just a matter of about 2 months or so. That's about 500,000 people who will now be forced to go back to Haiti, to a country that has major civil unrest at the moment, a country that the Trump administration included on its list of travel restrictions. And yet, the Trump administration believes that the country is safe enough to send 500,000 people back there, despite the fact that these people are literally living in the United States out of fear of their own country because of the cruelty, because of the gangs, and so much more happening in Haiti right now. So more to come soon, but this is significant news. Spread the word so more people know and follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. I'll have more to come soon.
Now, this is important because at the same time, the United States government is telling American citizens that they need to stay out of Haiti. Don't go to Haiti. It's not safe for you to go to Haiti. But on the flip side, by September, we're telling 500,000 people that are from the Haitian backgrounds that you need to go back to Haiti, you know, where it's unstable. And quite naturally, these people are upset.
The Haitian community is watching, and we will not be silent.
The Trump administration says Haitian conditions have improved enough, so TPS will end on September 2nd for roughly 500,000 Haitians.
Haiti is not secured. Haiti is going through the worst political crisis in its history.
Locals in Haiti today tell CBS News Miami the island isn't ready for 500,000 people.
I think we are ready. Nowhere near. I mean, we're already saturated, and quite honestly, the security concerns are just the same as they were 3 years ago.
Now, a lot of folks in the Black community or in the pro-Black community have been coming after other Blacks because we do have those Blacks out there saying, hey, F them, they need to go back. It's not our problem. It's not our business. And you had the brother that said this.
I can't believe I have to actually make a video about this today because I expect better from us. Black people, let's talk. I have seen a lot of videos about TPS ending for the Haitians. And I've seen some interesting responses and replies on those videos. For example, the person in the videos was saying, hey, they're not about to differentiate between them and us. They're dark skinned, we're dark skinned. They're not going to differentiate. And a lot of y'all claim, oh yeah, they will. What? Nah, there were some smart responses before I say anything else. Some people were like, we keep that thing on us. And I'm like, smartest thing I've seen all day. But some of you actually thought that we don't look like Haitians. Like, we may be similar in skin color, but we don't look like them. They're not about to differentiate facial features, dude. So let me get this straight. Some of you, after watching what happened with the Latino community, right? That they didn't differentiate with them after you told them they weren't going to differentiate, and then they didn't. You believe they're going to differentiate with you. When the guy that heads ICE, right? The one who's trying to get all the money for them and all this other stuff, only wants white people here. Wants people that look like him. Super pale. Whole milk aisle. That's what he wants. And you don't look like that. Okay. And then some of you, oh my hopefully existing God, you cited the birthright citizenship ruling. Well, this was meant for the children of freed slaves. Yeah, that may be true, but they only said it as a PR response. Holy shit. Like, you believe them now? After they done lied this whole time? They've been taking little pot shots at us this whole damn term. And y'all just rolling with that. I ain't got no words, man. Now, me personally, I ain't going nowhere unless I want to. But don't think they won't try to send us somewhere.
Now, I want to get into some of the comments regarding this because it resembled a blend of different ideologies, especially from folks from the Caribbean community in America and the African American community, or hashtag FBA. So people got in the comment section and it was really interesting. Let's look at this. This person says anything that impacts African descendants, regardless of what island or continent, country, state, culture, or colonial language you speak, are subject to subjugation. The Capricorn. Ending, they knew they were here temporarily. And I think that this is a really good point. And it's not that anybody would want to, hate on, Haitians or anything like that, because they are historical people, they are great people, but it was temporary. I believe it was an 18-month thing. And that's something that we need to consider. I live in Florida. I know a lot of Haitians. They look just like us. Some of them don't have heavy accents either. This is something that I also want to agree with. Haitians have just as much admixture as historical hashtag FBA or African Americans. I mean, they've also had French in their DNA. They've had, African admixture. So it is difficult to tell a Haitian from a Black American. And in many cases, you've had Haitian and Black American admixtures. Some Haitians were considered Black Americans, especially, in Louisiana, right? So I agree with this. You're not going to know who the person is, okay? This person says, I'm an Haitian American. People think I'm African American. This is also very true, all right? If you look at this, how do Haitians look? People don't think that we have a diverse population. This is also true. They have their mulatto class and their dark class like anybody else. The hateful comments I have been seeing towards Haitians since this conversation began have been alarming. The disrespect us Haitians get, people really don't know our history. I'm used to it. And this is a very great history, okay? Yes, I'm Grenadian and shocked to read comments and learn how some Black Americans really feel about us Caribbean people. At this point, it doesn't even matter. Temporary Haitians know they were here temporarily, so there's no confusion. The government knows who they are too. And if you're here illegally, then that's definitely got nothing to do with us. Now, the one thing I disliked about the brother was he was saying well, we could be next, all right? You guys could be next. Those of us who are Black, we could be next because we look like them, all right? And I understand that as, I don't know, is that a scare tactic? I understand where he's coming from, but if you were born in America, you're an American citizen, where could they deport you to? Could they send you back to Nigeria? What could they do? What country would accept you when your citizenship is someplace? But I understand the sentiment. And the reality is that Blacks are going to be split on this because, listen, it's not our issue. You won't have those Blacks saying that, listen, we stood up for Haitians in the past. We may have been cool with them, and we feel like Haitians didn't really come and deal with us. But on the same tip, like my parents are originally from Louisiana, all right, and many people from Louisiana will tend to have French last names, okay. Now in certain cases are mulatto last names, and there was some Haitians and blacks, in that Louisiana kind of situation where you have some Haitians that were kind of African Americans and vice versa that intertwine, intermix in our community, and they still do. I understand both sides of the argument. These immigrants, they are not us. We are somebody different than them, okay? So we don't have any sympathy for them. But then at the same time, we look towards Haiti as the people that stood up for themselves, right? That stood up for themselves as a nation, trying to beat the colonizer at their own game. And I think it gets lost in translation that these people have been trying to be by themselves. They have been trying to, be the example for the black world of how to have your own stuff and be independent. They've tried that. And I feel like if there's any group out there that deserves some level of support, I ain't trying to say that we ain't gotta, I'm not trying to say you ain't gotta feel different, but it's the Haitian community. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to simp or trying to stand up for anybody. It is just what it is, right? A lot of us as blacks, we have got our inspiration from what Haiti did. You know what I'm saying? And the United States, if they owe anybody, they owe them. They owe them. I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do, but I think they owe them. They destabilized their country where they couldn't do nothing. They destroyed it. Now you want to send them back to be destroyed? And what it's telling me is anytime blacks are going to stand up for yourself, that's what you're going to be. That's the real message trying to send. It ain't about deporting you. It's like if you want to be somebody like Haiti, you want to stand up to the white man, it's one thing to talk it. Haiti did it, okay? You gotta, like they say here in Uganda, you gotta walk the talk, okay? The moment that any of us decide that we want to do what Haiti did, then we are going to become Haiti. That's why Haitians get treated bad. And a lot of pro-blacks talk that tough talk, and the pro-black talking, what they'll do to the white man, and we already see what Haiti's going through when you do that. So when you start talking like that, are you ready for 200 years of being mistreated? Because the white South Africans are getting into the United States after basically for 200 or 300 years oppressing blacks. Okay? And Haitians stood up for themselves. They were slaves, just like us, did their thing, fought against the oppressor, and they are getting mistreated. And that's why a lot of blacks are like, you know what? It's fear. It's fear. We don't want to end up like that. And Haitians got that scar from basically just being brave. And we don't want to talk about it as blacks, but that's what's happening to them. And we don't want that to ever be us, because we can say we hashtag FBA, we can say we hashtag whatever, Jamaicans, we say hashtag Niger. We all know that ain't nobody had it bad. Like nobody hates the world like Haitians. We already know that as far as from the white supremacy standpoint. And these people are going to continue to get dogged, walked, and mistreated because of what happened to them. And none of us want that to be us. We'd rather get down and lay down before it be us. And we don't want to talk about it. Most of us. We ain't saying all of y'all. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea G. Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of Kingana. I'm out.